spend a horrendous amount on food all the time. It's mainly because of the choices that I make. I often buy things for convenience, or I buy things for organic reasons. And, you know, I probably buy a lot of stuff that I don't need just because I want to try it and I like to get creative with food. But, you know, everyone doesn't have this flexibility in their diets to be able to be that sort of frivolous, so to speak, with money. So what I wanted to do, and I'm trying to save at the moment as well and knuckle down, and is, you know, show you that you can food shop and eat well and hit your macros all at a reduced budgetary intake. So it's also important that I've been doing a little bit more charity work lately, and it's really important to see that we throw out so much food here in Australia, and I know I do every week, and I don't want to be like that anymore. So I want to basically try to eat for your means and your needs rather than just grabbing something because you feel like it. So it's really important for people to try to focus on that when they're shopping if you want to be a little bit more mindful. So basically what I've done is I've set myself a $100 budget. Now, I had a lot of big debate on Facebook about this, people going, $100 isn't that much. Oh, I could feed 5 people for that amount. Sure, you could if you lived on rice and oats and pretty much carbohydrates. Maybe a little bit of fats, but you're going to be struggling to hit protein targets with low diet, with basically those numbers. So what I'm trying to say here is this video and this blog isn't about so much eating for the least cost as possible, because I could probably do that on about $10, $15 a week. But this is about eating well, eating nourishing foods, and hitting macronutrient targets. So for me, it's obviously focusing on my protein, carb, and fat intake based on my goals. So what I'm basically going to do is show you, pretty much I've just finished my food shop. So I did 2 shops. Initially I went to the Spud Shed, which is a place in Western Australia. I'm not sure if it's in other states, but it's basically like everything there is relatively cheap. It's more in bulk. So you've got to remember that I'm shopping for just myself. So I don't want to be buying things in bulk that are going to cost me excess money. Now I'm just basically shopping for a week. So of course, if you wanted to save even more money, you could be doing this for, say, a month and doing a shop in advance, and you're going to be probably saving a little bit more again. But we're just focusing on the week. So basically what I've done is I'm going to go through everything that I got. I ended up spending $80. So I've got $20 left over if I want to get a coffee or condiments or other things that pop up during the week. So we're just going to start with it there. And so basically going through everything, we're going to start with your protein sources. So I've got some beef mince, which has got a bit of healthy fats in there as well. It's okay to have a little bit of animal fat in your diet. That's going to be my saturated fat for the week. So I didn't bother getting the low-fat variety. It's also cheaper. Some lean chicken breasts. So I got 1.5 kilos there, which is going to allow me basically 14 meals out of that. I use about 100 grams per meal. So that's how I'm kind of figuring things out. I got 3 lots of egg whites, just because it's cheaper again for a protein source than buying the egg cartons on their own. I also incorporate them into things like oats and that sort of thing as well to bump up the protein intake there. My other protein sources is pretty much just coming from everything else you see here. I'm going to be using 1 protein powder, but again, I've accounted for that in my expenses. So that's going to cost in at about $5, $6 for the amount of servings that I'm using, so I'm still going to be under that 100. Now, in terms of fruit and vegetables, so basically I've got a lot of mixed frozen veg, which is starting to melt now, so I need to get it in the fridge. So mixed veg, I got a big thing of beans. They're the 2 frozens. Some chopped spinach frozen is a lot cheaper than obviously buying fresh bags all the time. Broccoli, I got 2 bags of that. So I've got heaps of veggies. I'm a big vegetable eater. So if anything, I probably bought too many veggies, but that's not a bad thing. That's the frozen. So beans, mixed veg, spinach, broccoli. Then from there, basically fresh stuff, I got a big bag of potatoes. Now, I didn't get sweet potatoes because white potatoes are cheaper. They're 99 cents for 4 kilos, which I'm definitely not going to use. But again, don't be scared of using white potatoes. Again, I'm probably going to use these mainly around training times and stick to my lower GI carbs like my brown rice and things like that more during my day-to-day meals. But again, it's not a massive stress, okay? So people freak out about those things too. Now, fruit-wise, I got bananas. I just got 5 baby bananas, so again, I'm probably going to have like half banana or a whole banana, depending on if I'm training or not. I'm probably just going to use them on training days. So out of the 7 days, I'm probably going to train 5 days. Some frozen strawberries, which I pretty much have with brekkie every day. With my oats, Now, in terms of fresh veg, remember I'm shopping for a week, so I'm not going to be allowed to do another shop, so I didn't get a lot of fresh stuff, and it's usually more expensive. I got a bag of tomatoes, they're $1.50. They will last a while. You can also obviously cook them, make sauces, chop them down into dressings. They're only $1.50. I got one lettuce. I find lettuce tends to hold a little longer than spinach. That was 99 cents. Bag of carrots, $1.20. Again, they're going to last a while in the fridge. Zucchinis, I got 4 zucchinis, and they were 4 for $2, which was awesome. So I'm going to make zucchini pasta, lots of different stuff with zucchini. Absolutely love it. I did get one bag of spinach because it was on special for 99 cents. That's pretty much all the fresh stuff. So then in terms of carbohydrate sources, I got quick oats. That should last me a solid week. So that is a 750 gram bag. I'm not going to be using more than, say, 100 grams a day. So I've got 750 grams there. Quick oats. Then I've got some rice puffs. Now, these are obviously the home brand. They are actually gluten-free. So people worry that, you know, a lot of the cereals, unless they say gluten-free, then don't have anything. It's made from rice, so it's absolutely fine. I brought them again because they're cheap. They're 99 cents. It's a really good post-workout or something you can add into your breakfast. Again, it's rice puffs, so it's moderate GI. It's not high GI. It's not low GI. Then I got a bag of brown rice, which was $2. I'm not going to chew through that whole bag, but it was the smallest bag they had. So that's going to be my main carb source during the day. In terms of fats, I got a small portion of mixed nuts. Now, the picker mix is really good because you can obviously just get a small portion for the week. You don't have to buy a whole bag of nuts. So that whole bag, which is almonds, cashews, pepitas, it's got a few sultanas in there, but I can pull them out if need be or add them as a carbohydrate source as well if I need to. That only cost me $1.20. Now, I got one condiment in here that I added into the shopping. $1.99. This was on special. Sugar-free barbecue sauce, which I love. I can put on everything. I got one thing of almond coconut milk, 43 calories a serve. It's also got a little bit of healthy fats in there and protein. So it's another good source of some healthy fats from the coconut. So that I'll probably be adding into, say, my oats, or if I have coffees during the week, that sort of thing. Then here's my kind of little treat. Sugar-free drinking chocolate. I only got it because it was on special. It was $2.19. Normally they're about $5, so I wouldn't have bothered for it if I was budgeting. So you can see there, that pretty much covers everything. So yeah, I'm really excited for the week. What I'm actually going to be doing as well is using some recipes from my ebook. So I'm going to be pulling up that. So the ebook basically goes over how you're going to utilize these protein, carbs, fats to work them into macros that suit your goals. So at the moment for me, I'm kind of in the end of my off season. So I just started to cut my calories down a little bit. I've been on very high calories, which would have made this even harder again. So you've got to take into consideration what calories you're taking in. So at the moment, I'm going to be hitting just under 2,000 calories basically for my daily intake. On my training days, it's going to be slightly higher. So take that all in mind, and yeah, basically let's see how the week goes and see if you can do a better job of it yourself, or go and try it at home and see how you go budget-wise.